Now, you have recently come out with a book, Call Sign Chaos, with Bing West, and it's a terrific book. I highly recommend it. So explain what Call Sign Chaos means for those who haven't read the book. What does chaos mean there?
So I was a colonel out in the Mojave Desert, and I had an operations officer from Brooklyn with a rather droll sense of humor. And one day I was done with another one of my brilliant ideas, talking to my operations officer of this regiment of about 7,000 sailors and Marines out in the Mojave Desert. And as I was walking out, I saw on his whiteboard, chaos written. I said, what's that about? And he said, oh, don't worry about that. You don't even know about that. And so, oh, yes, I do. So I used some of my powers of persuasion. I waterboarded him. And I found out my irreverent subordinates had decided that my call sign should be chaos. Colonel has another outstanding suggestion. It was rather tongue-in-cheek. They didn't see the brilliance of all my ideas that I identified. So I adopted that as my call sign, and anytime you hear about this mad dog thing, my troops all laughed at it, knowing my call sign was chaos. That was never my favorite nickname that the press assigned me on a slow news day.
Well, let's talk about that. In this book...
No, I'd rather not, actually.
You actually never use the expression mad dog. You never describe how you got that. You obviously don't like it. So, I would think being mad dog shows you're tough and so forth. Why don't you like that and you don't ever use that name? Is that right?
Well, first, the Marines teach you to be tough in other ways than self-aggrandizing stuff like that. But I think, too, one thing I've had to do, and you'll all understand this, is sign a lot of next to kin letters. And the last thing they need is to think there's someone with some, self-image of Mad Dog up there with their son's lives basically in his hands. So I shy away from those words very much.
You have signed more than 800 of those letters?
I have.
So that must be the most difficult thing to do, is to write to next of kin that their son or daughter has been killed.
It's difficult for me. It's nowhere near what the families go through.